Yes. Vancouver is saying there are only going to be 20 licensed dispensaries now. Out of 120 in the city of Vancouver, give or take, they're now saying they're only going to license 20. Which I think is...
Cannabis Canada with Jason Wilcox, the real cannabis in Canada. We're celebrating a win in our...
Welcome to Cannabis in Canada, Justin Loizos, and I have the pleasure of sitting here with Dana Larsen at the Hotbox Cafe here in Toronto, Ontario, at near the end of Overgrow Canada tour for Dana Larsen, and the end of a very long night as well. So we're going to keep this short for Dana's sake. I know he's tired, and he's really entertained us for this night. So first I want to say thank you, and quickly just ask you if you have a quick remarks about your tour this far, and how I know you've ran into a bit of difficulties so far, but hopefully it's been more positive than negative. And if you could just maybe give us a quick rundown of what it's been to this point.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's been a really great tour, actually. The Overgrow Canada tour, I've had over a dozen cities I've been to so far. We've been talking about the hidden history of cannabis in Canada and giving away cannabis seeds in person and by mail order. I've distributed over 400,000 seeds across Canada so far, and we're just getting started. And our tour's been great, and one of the best stops was in Calgary, Alberta, where the Calgary police really did their best to give my tour a real boost. They arrested me and charged me with trafficking in cannabis seeds, and as a result I got a huge amount of media and public attention. People really got worked up, and I've had more seed requests and seed donations than ever before. So, you know, it wasn't fun spending the night in jail in Calgary. Police came and arrested one of our volunteers. I couldn't let that stand, having a volunteer arrested at my event for giving out cannabis seeds without myself, so I basically encouraged the police to arrest me by giving out cannabis seeds publicly. And but like I said, you know, it really helped the campaign a lot, got us a big boost, and the tour continues, you know. So I've been traveling across the country here in Toronto. I've actually had 6 stops in the last 2 days. I've done this lecture 6 times, talking about the hidden history of cannabis and encouraging people to get involved with this Overgrow Canada campaign. Tomorrow I'll be in Ottawa on Parliament Hill doing a plant in there, and then tomorrow night in Ottawa doing a talk, then I'm in Montreal, then Halifax, then I fly back to Vancouver to get ready for our 420, which I'm excited about because we're moving from our overcrowded art gallery to a lot of room at Sunset Beach. And so it's been a great couple of weeks for me. I'm very excited about the Overgrow Canada tour, and if you can't come out to one of my locations, visit me at overgrowcanada.com and we'll get you your seeds in the mail.
Amazing. Thank you for that rundown. There's so much great information there. I know you've probably been touched on the most would have been what happened in Calgary, and I wonder. It was interesting to hear you speak on it earlier today. But I think if you'd be able to tell us what you think of future prosecution or what the future will hold for you, just regarding those particular charges in Calgary.
Yeah, well, I was charged with 2 counts of trafficking, one of trafficking in cannabis seeds and one of trafficking in marijuana. That charge is based on the weed they found in the van, which was just our personal weed and not something I was giving away. But these charges are all going to go away, I think, although right now, while I was in jail, they made me sign a form to acknowledge that they were going to seek a mandatory minimum sentence on me, which would mean at least 6 months in behind bars in Canada for giving away cannabis seeds. But I'm not too worried about that actually happening. I would be very, very surprised if I was convicted for that. You know, a few Canadians have been charged for selling cannabis seeds to other Canadians. They typically get a fine, a $500 fine or something like that. And I'm giving away high CBD seeds. I don't really expect to be really that, you know, the prosecution to go that far. But with that being said, they want me back in court on May 18th in Calgary. My lawyer, Kirk Tusaw, who's a great lawyer, said, "You don't even have to come, Dana. I'll get that taken care of." And I said, no, I want to be there. We're going to have a rally at the courthouse. We're going to overgrow the courthouse, plant seeds out front. We'll go down to the police station and plant seeds there. And I really want the mayor of Calgary, Mayor Nenshi, to have to speak on this issue and to take responsibility for what his police are doing, because across Canada, it's mayors that have the power to tell their police what to do. It's mayors that are making the decision in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Nanaimo, Port Alberni. and these cities to stand down, to let dispensaries operate, to not go after them. And it's the mayors in these cities. So the mayor of Calgary should tell his police, what the hell were you doing, wasting money, busting Dana Larsen? Let's allow dispensaries to operate. Let's move forward and be progressive and do what other cities are doing as well. So we're going to have a lot of fun with these charges. I'm not really that worried. I really would be shocked if I got a 6-month jail sentence for selling marijuana seeds. And I'm hoping that by the time we get anywhere, these charges will be dropped and it'll all just disappear for me.
Great, I hope so as well. And I'm glad you have this like optimistic view on it and really looking at the positive of all of this, because really it's unfortunate that you had to go through that, but it's also great knowing that you're going into our nation's capital, which is also fairly conservative, especially regarding cannabis, and with no fear and ready to overgrow and plant seeds there. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen inside Ottawa on your next leg of this trip. And again, thank you for coming out to Toronto. Thank you for overgrowing our city, and I'll look forward to seeing what you do in 420. And we're going to be trying to overgrow 420 in Toronto as well. So thank you, and thanks for coming to Toronto.
Hey, my pleasure. Good chatting with you, and thanks for having me here. And together we're going to overgrow Canada. We're going to plant the seeds of cannabis, and together we will reap a harvest of freedom. So thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Something's wrong in here, definitely wrong in here. They say life is illusion, but I know it's for real. Beware, life is never easy. Believe me, life is never easy.